Here's another word, abra.
So that's why they use it that much. No?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yep. That's right. Here is the word abra, which gives you Brahma, Abraham, Abraxas, abrasion, abra.
Abracadabra. Abracadabra.
Abra la puerta in Spanish, open. This means to open.
Right. Yeah.
Which is similar to the hyperboloid, which is this hourglass in the middle here. That bowl, from the Greek word hyperbole, means to throw. Okay, so abra means to open, and the hyperbole, bole in Greek, means to throw, to cast out, to turn, to twist, to throw. Okay?
Now, what about abracadabra in relevance to like the black light and magnetism? Like, how would that? Like, it has to do with magic. Abracadabra, magic, magnetism.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, well, it's exactly that. That's it. Abracadabra, open sesame, open.
Huh.
You see,
Yeah.
where does the year begin? It begins on March the 21st in Aries, and
Yeah.
that month is April. April, abril in Spanish, abril, to open. Aprile in Italian, aprile, April, means if you take that L and you turn it into an R, because L and R are interchangeable, that word means aprire, open the door. Apre la porta, aprire, to open. Abril, abra, to open. This is opening, okay? Pia or pure, see, this is another root word. Pyramid, purge, purify, purgatory. This is another root word that is related to this. The lamb and the lamp. In Revelation, the book of Revelation 21 and 23, it says that the lamb is the lamp that will light up the city of God. Okay? And this is the lamb, Aries. Aries is always here. Aries
So
is
that's
always...
why Aladdin had the magic lamp. Là.
Yeah, Aladdin.
Aladdin,
Aladdin, yeah.
the genie guy. I saw that when I was young.
Of course, in English, Aladdin, but
Aladdin. Anyway,
yeah,
I say it in
same
French.
thing. Yeah, exactly. I say things in French all the time.
Yeah. So does it have any special meaning into this? Or how do you?
Well, all is atum. Aladdin is nothing other than Adam. It's Aladdin, Adonis, Artemis, Diana. These are all atomic words. Dominus, the Lord.
Yep.
Domenica, Sunday, which is the sun is the Lord. Hence the day, Sunday is the day of the Lord. Dominus. Dominate. Dennis. I said Artemis. These are all Aladdin. These are all Adam. Everything, all is atum. All words come from atum. This is why your language is etymology, yeah?
Etymology, yeah.
Atomology. That's etymology. When you study etymology, you're studying atoms because atum is a sound. You know, a drummer plays his tom-toms.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
because the letter T is percussive. T, t. The M or the N, which are interchangeable, those are liquids. You can sustain those forever. The R is also, the R and the L, they are interchangeable. The L is liquid. They're both liquids, like the M, because you can sustain them. But you can't sustain a T or a D, which are interchangeable. It's percussive. That's why tom-tom. So the M, the R is called the rhotic lateral. and the M is called a liquid lateral. Sorry, the L, liquid. And the R is rhotic, which has to do with radiate and radharani. So it's lateral because you put the tongue in the same place for L and R. L, R, L, R. The tongue does not move. It's just under the palate, right? So, R, L, but one comes through the center, and the R comes through the sides. It's lateral. It's a lateral liquid, but they are interchangeable. The L is the 12th letter, and the R is the 18th letter. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. And that's where you get your proton and your electron. Pro is the R, and the electron is the L. This is why you have the left and the right, the L and the R. It all comes to do with the numbers. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute because I'm jumping a bit far here. The other word is bull. Okay, so we're going to learn about the bull in here. And that's, bull is also belle or beautiful, because the Trinity of God is the one, the good, and the beautiful. The one, the good, and the beautiful. The beautiful is electricity, Baal. So Baal, see here, the false god Baal, because electricity is false, because the electrical world is phenomenal. Okay,
now, Santos, when you say, like I remember in one of your videos before, you mentioned, worship of the sun and how this could be, you got to be careful not to fall into that trap. Now, what do you mean to not fall into that trap of, worship of the sun and stuff? Because isn't that a good thing, to worship the sun? Because
of course, the sun is the savior, okay?
Right.
But we're not talking about, you see, the sun is threefold. There is a physical sun that our eyes see. There is the psychic soul of the sun, which we do not see. That soul is S-O-U-L as opposed to S-O-L. And then there is the spiritual sun. This is why Jesus said, if you see me, you've seen the Father. Because it's saying, if you've seen the sun with your eyes and you have spiritual vision, you will see the spiritual part of the sun as well. That is the sun that we worship, not the one that's the disc in the sky, which warms our bodies and vitalizes our souls. That one is the third stepped down sun. That is the material sun.
Okay.
And this is the one that the heliocentrists with their demon worship, they are sun worshippers in that sense, that they worship the sun in the material sense.
In the material sense. That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Okay, now that's clear now for me. Yeah.
Clear enough for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ra, I mean, the Persians, Mithra, Ra, they always said that there was three Mithras. There's the sun, then there's the sun behind the sun, then there's another sun behind that sun. The sun is a threefold being, same as the moon, same as you. You have a spirit, a soul, and a body, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, if I respect your body, I'm doing an injustice to your spirit. I should love and adore your spirit and your soul before I look at your physical form and fall in love with it.
Right.
Okay. So the sun worshippers, the bad ones, they love the electrical sun. They get energy from it. They don't think of the sun behind the sun.
Right.
Because that's who we worship. We are true helio-gnostics. We are true sun worshippers because we worship the true sun.
Yeah. So recognizing the God within each other, pretty much.
Yeah, well, we should be respecting our spiritual nature first. And your spiritual nature is your sun sign. So in my case, I'm Aries. In Yannick, it's Gemini. And what's yours?
Libra.
Okay, we're very compatible. You're opposite me.
Yeah.
And Gemini is two signs removed from Aries. So we are very compatible astrologically. But that's your spiritual sign. Your emotional sign, or your soul, your mental, and the moon rules the emotions and the mind. So that's a step down now. And so that is your moon sign. Mine is Pisces. My mind my mentality is Piscean.
I believe mine's Sagittarius. I mean, from everything I tried to research. Yeah.
And my emotions are Piscean as well. They flip-flop to positive, from positive to negative. One fish is doubting.
Yeah.
So the mind.
I was gonna say I'm ascending Pisces. So that's like what you first see, right? And somebody, that's like how they act. It's pretty much what you're seeing first.
Yes, my ascending sign is Leo. So that's how my body acts. My body acts. My outer personality is my ascendant, because the ascendant is the earth.
Right.
The ascendant is the sign that is rising in the east when you are born. And so that is where the earth comes into your body. So my body, if you look carefully at my features, you will see the feline Leo features.
Yeah.
But then if you look deeper again, you will see the Aryan spiritual nature. Okay, so there's a lot to look at in this beautiful science. So,
oh yeah. Now, really quick, Santos, just before like you get, I don't want to take too much of your time there, but I had mentioned, this has always stuck with me. You said when you look in the mirror and you see the opposite, like, so I look in the mirror and then you'd say, like, I see Aries. What do you mean by that when you look at yourself in the mirror and you see Aries? I mean, wouldn't I be seeing who I am? I mean, I'm Libra or.
Here is Aries.
Yeah.
Here is Libra. Aries is always here at the start. The ram is always at the 30. This is 360-degree circle. Aries is here, the ram. Here is Taurus. Taurus is here. And Aries is here. And here is Gemini. Okay? And so here is the Tropic of Cancer.
Yeah.
Here is the Tropic of Capricorn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Libra is here. So when an Aryan will see this is the opposite of Aries and this is the opposite of Libra. Same thing happens here. Taurus is the opposite of Scorpio. Okay, that's got a little bit of an arrow on it there. So Taurus, this is the cross-quarter days. So that's the middle of spring here and the middle of the fall here. Same thing happens with Gemini. It's the opposite of Sagittarius.
Yeah.
They look at each other in the mirror. There's really only 6 signs along the ecliptic. The other 6 are mirrors. Okay.
But what do you mean by that exactly? When you look in the mirror, you see, like, I look in the mirror, I see Aries. Like, in what way am I seeing Aries?
No,
exactly.
No.
Oh, you just mean that just because they're opposite.
Yeah. So the Libran features mirror Aryan features. They mirror them. It's like if you're dancing and your teacher's doing that, well, you're going to be doing that as a Libra. It's just.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
It's like in a mirror. They are mirrors.
What you're saying.
I've stressed this in all my presentations. Very important to understand this. Very important. It's looking in the mirror. So one word is going this way. Atom backwards.
Yeah.
Motor. Oh yeah. Matter, mother, motion. Okay, so when you learn to look in the mirror, you will see this with the signs. So you'll have Cancer is the opposite of Capricorn. Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. Leo is opposite Aquarius. And Virgo is opposite Pisces. And so you will see this relationship. Here is fire and air. These are the balancing signs. This is the spiritual horizontal axis.
Magnetic.
Yes. And here is the physical axis of the goat. This is the lamb. This is the goat. the sheep and the goats. Aries rules the equinox with Libra. Capricorn rules the solstice with Cancer. This is the cross. This is the priest. This is the king. The 10th sign and the first sign. 10 reduces down to 1. That's why the sheep and the goats, this is fire sign, spiritual. This is earth sign, physical. See, the goat expresses the opposite polarity of the spiritual Aries. The goat is man's 10. You see my hands?
Mm-hmm.
10 fingers, yeah? In the Hindu system, this is ether, fire, air, water, and earth. Your pinky, when you do this in a mudra, you are earthing. When you do this, you are getting emotional, water. When you do this, you are getting mental. This stimulates your mind, this mudra.
I got pulled over a long time ago. The cop had me do that. He had me, oh, please do this 3 times, you know?
Yep, okay. So, and this is fire. Okay, and this is ether. Okay, well, if you look at your Kabbalistic tree, okay, here is Ketha. And here is Malkuth, yeah? This is your heart chakra. So this is the beast in Revelation with 7 heads and 10 horns. You have 7 chakras and you have 10 Sephiroth in your body. Okay, so when you do your hands like that, the thumbs up is ether. Here is earth. Malkuth, the pinky. Okay, so when we come from earth down below and we go up to the higher triad, see that the thumbs are making a triad, a trinity, which point up to Ketha. Well, Ketha is ether, which is an anagram for earth. Ketha, ether, earther. So you're climbing up the Sephiroth as you climb up your 7 chakras and you're bursting those 10 Sephiroth. You're climbing, you're walking on the path. Okay, so this is all here in astrology, all of this science, because this circle goes right on top of here. We're going to show that in a minute. Okay, now before we go on though, I want to dwell on this. What we have here is a reciprocating processional hyperboloid torus. Thank you, Ken Wheeler. Now, let's spend a bit of time here, guys, because can you see my screen well?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so reciprocating, what does that mean? Well, the torus field, you saw the black and white hypertrochoid lines. What's happening is you've got white lines going like this, going divergent, centrifugal, white light is divergent centrifugal. White light is magnetic. This is magnetism. Magnetism creates a temporospatial bubble from this 0 point of inertia. Now, this is going outward that way, okay? At the same time, you have convergent centripetal. Lines going inwards toward counter space. So it's like field mechanics. fluid mechanics. Same word, actually. That was a good slip.
Right.
That was a real... So what we're doing is field mechanics. But if you want to put water in a sink to study fluid mechanics, you just pull the plug out and you'll see a tornado, yeah? It's field pressure mediation. The water is field pressure mediating. So that's what you've got. You've got divergent centrifugal magnetic lines of force, and you've got converging lines coming in, converging to this zero plane, and they would be dielectric. And so these are the two co-eternal conjugate principles of the universe. Okay, now that's what reciprocating means. Okay, so they're reciprocating, field pressure mediating, interlacing. And so when I said before that this is the torus field of Terra, planet Earth, terra firma, the sun is here. That's the sun. Its vortex or torus field is also magnificent, but we can't see it. It's not firm. It doesn't have any firm bits to it. The sun produces all the firm stuff. The sun is the giver of the firmness, but it itself is not firm. It is spiritual. Okay?
Right.
So what's happening is all of these toruses, these 7 toruses, they are caught within the main torus field of the Earth's. And so precessional, all toruses precess. It's called gyromagnetic retardation. Gyromagnetic, I should put that in spelling. Gyromagnetic retardation. So what it means is, not only are the lines going like this and reciprocating on one dimension, but they're also turning. The torus field turns. It precesses.
Right.
And in our universe, the time it amounts, the time it requires to precess is 24,000 years. That's the true corrected figure. The uncorrected figure is 25,920 years for precession. And that is a built-in mechanism of all energy, precession.